Hi guys, Nomis here. Welcome back to Nomishavn for episode number 34. Today I'm starting to build out the district I started off last time, with a big brutalist style transit hub. Building out a lot of 1970s style housing projects with brutalist architecture. See if we can start getting all those trains to see some use. To start off, I'm building this big school complex, which has students for both elementary school classes and high school classes spread out between all those connected buildings. This is a great set of school buildings from the Plattenbau collection, which will be what I use mostly in this district, so it will blend perfectly in with the rest. So last time I introduced this district briefly, but I want to touch a little more on its history and culture. Like the rest of Scandinavia, Nomishavn also had a big need for more housing in the 1970s, and saw a big immigration wave, which only made it more apparent. This led to Rosengaard being primarily occupied by immigrants, which sadly didn't get integrated well into the rest of the city's community and culture, and became their own segregated little community, something that had happened to many of these housing projects around Europe. This led to a high level of unemployment, leading to poverty and eventually crime. It was for a while a neglected part of the city, built to provide cheap housing, but not a lot more than that. There started to be a lot more tourists in Nomishavn to go sightseeing in the old town around Björgvin, and they were often advised against visiting this part of the city, as it was dangerous. I wouldn't call it a straight out ghetto, but there was certainly a problem with crime, mostly in its early years. The district grew gradually, and to start with, there were only really apartment blocks and this big school around the station. In contrast to mixed-use developments of other places in the city, where there's always activity and ice in the street. The streets of Rosengaard were quite deserted at night. That makes it a lot more scary and potentially dangerous to walk alone around there. Desperation in the area at the time led to it having one of the highest crime statistics in Northern Europe in the early 1970s, with a lot of muggings at night. Luckily, the area became a lot safer as the district grew and the city gave it proper focus. But the reputation still sticks to this day. There is also another part of the history of this district. It didn't only have immigrants move in. There were also a lot of young people that moved here due to it being a cheaper place to live, with the rest of Nomishavn becoming more and more expensive. A lot of those people had interests like skating, graffiti and street art in general, hip-hop and punk rock, so what many would call street culture. Young graffiti artists saw the unwatched rail trenches as a blank canvas, and it's become an icon of the district now, covered in graffiti all along it. All these young people shaped the culture of what the district has become today. In the late 1970s, there was a group of young people from nearby Norway that moved here after the country banned skating and settled down in Rosengaard. These people, together with a few other residents here, formed what is known as Rosengaard Street Art Collective, something I will get more into in another episode. So today is not really a particularly dangerous place anymore. It might not look as pretty as other parts of the city with its brutalist architecture, but there are plenty of people that love everything about it and wouldn't think of living anywhere else. After I finish decorating this roundabout with a nice big rock, some planters and lights, I'll go over to extend out the railways that go through the station. I won't complete the lines yet, just extending out towards where they will go next so that I can build around them right now. I mentioned last time that these 25-story towers would be the tallest buildings in the district, and the apartment towers I put down now will represent the second tallest of the district. This will fill out the rest of the surrounding area around the station, right up against the elevated train tracks, and also right up against the edge of the rail trench on the other side of the station. I'll also add in some more playgrounds, skate parks and sports parks, and continue to rough it up with trash and some graffiti.
I know you like the way I pop out. Let's go hit Lennox. Another week, another knockout. A different city. My partner whip a 7-4 now. He think he Wimby, but I'ma ride this Chevy Mally until it's empty. And Pastor don't take dirty money. I like it filthy. She my Achilles. I'm out for millies, not just for memories. Been on a mission. Did I mention it before? I can't be slipping till I'm reaping what I sow. Can you meet me where I'm at before I hit the top? How many years I put in this just trying to make it pop? I had a purpose before they had opinions, but what hurts is when they close and know the most will speak on you the worst. I reminisce like every day cause I miss what it was. Try not to get caught in my memory and stuck in the mud. I used to drown it out with liquor, I kept me a buzz. Binging and faded to that same song, missing love. New motivation, now my eyes, they been back on the prize. Can't go back where I was in my mind cause it don't bring you shine. I pop out time to time to show face and give my people love. That's all I got and now I won't waste it cause ain't in us here in this place enough. I know you like the way I pop out. Let's go hit Lennox. Another week, another knockout. A different city. My partner whip a 7-4 now. He think he Wimby, but I'ma ride this Chevy Mally until it's empty. And Pastor don't take dirty money. I like it filthy. She my Achilles. I'm out for millies, not just for memories. Been on a mission. Did I mention it before?
To get some more randomized graffiti on the buildings themselves, I made this random template within Bob of some graffiti props I had, and then placed a few of them on the blank walls.
Long, never know who needs you. Reaping without giving it seed to. I'm just seeing light when it's been years. Don't make no sense to me sometimes, but time and all it is. Perfected patience, tamed my ego when I killed the pedo. This poetry is still my passion. Shot my nigga Theo. I had the vision way back when we smoked out the gazebo that I would make my step in history just like all my heroes. It's way more glory in the story when you come from zero. Most sacrifices still the price cause I know nothing free though. Ain't nothing. I know you like the way I pop out. Let's go hit Lennox. Another week, another
design I wanted to implement are these smaller complexes of apartment blocks with a larger green spaces and internal park or backyard. So I just make a square of parking lots that I line a group of 4 apartment blocks against. Then I create these small parks and pathways in the open space on the backside of the mall. You can see here that the height goes down a little from around the station, and the idea is that this will continue, gradually going down in height as we get further from the station. I don't think I'll have single family homes in this district though, maybe some row houses in the more hilly parts. And as the district gets more smaller stations for metro and suburban trains, the height will increase again around these. So there will be pops of height around the district where the rail transit kind of stops. Over here I wanted to try out some more organic patterns, with apartment blocks that sit on pedestrian paths rather than directly on the road. So I just make a small parking lot and place the buildings around it, move it, and then connect them up with pathways. And then you just have this nice green space around the buildings. moving on, I thought it would be fitting to have a proper public park as well. Around Norway, a lot of parks outside city centers are just these lakes with a pedestrian path circling it, very overgrown, and have a few smaller open green areas, some sports parks, trees and seating. A big mossy rock also felt very fitting here, to give it that very natural park look. And also, who doesn't love rocks? While the district started off with very typical housing project designs, as you saw earlier, the second phase of the development in the district had developers see the flaws in this design. Therefore, they started introducing more traditional city blocks. Shorter buildings that sits wall to wall, more packed in, as well as mixed use through allowing commercial uses on the first floors of these buildings, fronting the street. The architecture style stayed the same, as it was the cheaper option to build out a lot of houses. But the street design contributed to a busier streetscape at all times of the day, which helped Rosengaard become just a little bit safer over time. last little project is to fill out this awkward block here. I got a few of these brutalist style grocery stores and decided to put one down here. It has some branding which I believe is German, but I covered it up and just put up a logo for a Norwegian grocery store brand instead, which I've used several of around Nomishavn, and just filling out with more basketball and skating to fill the empty areas left. So that is it for today's build. I hope you enjoyed it if you made it this far. Likes, comments and subscribes are always greatly appreciated and will help me a lot in growing the channel. I do also have a Patreon now, in case you wish to support me further. Until next time, have a great rest of your day and stay tuned for some cinematics.